and welcome to another episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. I am your host, James McCormick, and I'm here from my office in beautiful downtown Point Pleasant, West Virginia, filming our introduction and also our exit for the November 2023 episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice, brought to you on the West Virginia Library Channel. Now, we've got some more video this time around with Bravo, which everybody, that I talk to now, it's like, where is Bravo? Where is Bravo? Well, Bravo's back, but Bravo also we have another partner, and you may be seeing a little bit of Cookie, which is a new female German Shepherd that we are training to be a service dog. And Cookie is actually being trained by my daughter, Cassandra McCormick down there, and we call her Cassie. And she has been on the Digging History television show along with my son Preston. As I've said, this is a family-oriented show. And it's just great to be able to come here and to be able to talk to you and also bring you some of the great footage from the field. Now, as I said, I'm in beautiful downtown Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And behind me, you can see probably out the window here. It's a beautiful day here in November. It's unseasonably warm, but it's a little cool in the office here, so I've got my jacket on. We have been up and at it all day, I'll just tell you. And I'm excited to show you some of the footage that we've got from the field. In my office, you probably see in the background, I wish I could pan and show you everything, but I've got some really cool items that are in my office. And as you can see, this is a peek of the James McCormick office. And some of the cool things that I have hanging on my wall here. Let me pull this down. Sorry about that. I've got some of my awards from the Army. I'm going to want to show you this one really cool award that I got from a good friend of mine. He is now deceased. And that's the Gary Blankenship Award. Now, this had not been awarded probably in 4 years. And Rudy Varney, a good friend of mine who has passed since, came to me in 2016 and said, James, I'm gonna give you this award. It was decided by a board. They made a great big presentation about it, but it's so beautiful. And I've kept it in a box for a long time because after Rudy died, I just never did put it down. But I thought, I really, really want to do that. And it's from the West Virginia Vietnam Veterans and Association, and in particular, a group of fine veterans down in Logan County, West Virginia. So guys, let me tell you something. I've got this up in my office with pride here, and it's up. And some of the other things, people ask about medals and decorations and stuff. These are my awards that I received in my service. 3 of them, the Silver Star. I received 2 Bronze Stars with the V device for Valor, and also 3 Purple Hearts over a 22-year period of service. And I've got other awards and decorations, but these are what we call our high 3. And I was always one of those guys. I thought, you put your high 3 out there, and that's actually that's good enough for me. But Silver Star is a pretty big deal. It's the nation's 3rd highest award for valor and heroism. And I received that for action on the April 11th, 2004, defending a base camp in Baghdad, Iraq. And I had been wounded a few times prior to that. So it's actually okay. A lot of folks, I've kept most of these in my drawer, and I want to talk a little bit about this because we're going to go into a little discussion about why we do what we do, and then talk a little bit about post-traumatic stress disorder and some of the issues that go on. Now, I deal with PTSD just like everybody else. But I think I deal with it a little bit differently than most people. I have found that the metal detecting, the staying busy, engaging in history, agriculture. For those of you that don't know, I wrote in 2013 the Veterans and Warriors to Agriculture program that was passed in the West Virginia legislature, and actually ran that program until 2018, 2019 actually, when I resigned from the state and went back to work and actually started to serve in national leadership roles for the Military Order of the Purple Heart as well. It was a great program. You work with your hands, you get your hands in the dirt and the soil. We taught a lot of beekeeping classes, basic farming classes. Me, I'm a guy, I grow things. So I have a 15-acre site in Mason County. I grow bamboo. It's also an old historical site of a farm. It was the old Hatton Farm site. And done a lot of metal detecting up there, found some cool things in that area, dating all the way back to early 1800s, possibly late 1700s. So when you're looking at bullets and different things and horseshoes, sometimes those get kind of confusing when you look at set between the years of 1780 to about 1815, because a lot of them were very similar and the same. So you have those things going on. So the Veterans to Agriculture program, for me, I grew bamboo, I grew sorghum, I still grow bamboo, by the way. We cut about 250 poles a year, and we sell or donate them to local ski lodges that they use to mark their trails with. If you see those poles that go boom, 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 some of those are my poles that were grown right here in West Virginia. A lot of great history exists in every county in West Virginia. We have 55 counties in West Virginia, by the way, for those of you that don't know. And of those 55 counties, some of them had a tremendous amount of Civil War activity, pre-Civil War activity. 1700s, 1774, we had the Battle of Point Pleasant here. Now, some people say that the Battle of Point Pleasant was the first battle of the American Revolutionary War. But if you go down and look, they say, well, it could have been the last battle of Lord Dunmore's War. So there's some history that I'm trying to share with you about your local areas. And if you haven't studied, every county in West Virginia has unique history. Every county. So when you see these nice little road signs you see out there, they're white and they're black lettering. Those are historical markers. Stop and read them, and then go do a little bit of research and take your kids out and visit some of these awesome sites that are around. I'm also was honored for my work with agriculture and history by the Daughters of the American Revolution, of which I'm also eligible to be a member of the Sons of the American Revolution, because let me get this right. I think it's my sixth great grandfather. Sixth great grandfather is Charles Washington. So when you look at on my mother's side of the family, so my mother's father, his mother was a Washington, and we went back and they studied that, and I don't know why I haven't joined the Sons of the American Revolution yet, because I've definitely got the lineage and the history. But I know that there's some people here locally in Mason County that have talked to me and talked to my sons about it. And guess what? We're going to do it. Okay, we just got to get the time to do it. And they do some great things here. They do a reenactment here. Every year they have battle days here in Point Pleasant. And again, so I'm looking at this from the perspective of, you look at your county, your area, and you can look at some of those things. So let's get back to post-traumatic stress disorder and what I was talking about earlier. The VA, and I'm going to wear my glasses here so I can read. So the VA just did a report where they showed actually a little bit of an increase in suicides amongst younger veterans. And that is very disturbing, because the fact that you also see a reduction in younger veterans getting involved in veteran service organizations. Now, I know a lot of you guys and gals out there, you don't belong to the VFW, American Legion, the DAV, the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Vietnam veterans, Iraq War veterans, American. You don't belong to these things for whatever reason. It may be a personal reason. It may be just that you just don't have time. But I can tell you that what I have found is that people that are engaged in something like that, or they're engaged in a healthy hobby, i.e. farming, i.e. Metal detecting, those are the two things I'm going to talk about, their chances of suicide drop drastically. The other thing is being gainfully employed, being able to work and being able to find something that you enjoy doing is very important in this battle that we have. We've lost far too many people to suicide, folks, and this is a very serious part of this conversation. We have people all over the country that are suffering, and most of us suffer in silence. I'm one of them, okay? I'm one of them that said, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. But, your family can identify things. People can see things that you don't see. And it's very important for you to find something that engages you. That's why I say to all of you folks that are out there, whether you like me, you don't like me, you don't like the show or whatever, if you want to talk to somebody, you need to get a hold of somebody, you can always reach out to me. And I would love to take you out metal detecting, show you how to do this hobby, and also to take you out and teach you about history in particular. Come down here, visit with me at the Point Pleasant River Museum, or go out in the field with me and shoot an episode of Digging History. I promise you, it's a life-changing experience, especially when you get to hang out with good old Bravo, the 110-pound service dog who is a German Shepherd and just lovable as could be. And little Miss Cookie, who's coming up real soon, we're excited to get her into the field. She hasn't been in the field yet, but you just might get a peek at her in this show. So with that being said, folks, I want to thank you for watching this introduction for Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice, part of the West Virginia Library Channel. And I'm James McCormick. I'm a retired U.S. Army captain, very proud of that fact, served my country for 22 years, 16 years enlisted. In my last 6 years, I was a commissioned officer. I have spent a lot of time away from my family. And the one thing that I have found is great peace in metal detecting. And I want to share that with all of you. And I hope that you will share this with someone that may be struggling right now, because suicide is not a joke, folks. And whether you're a veteran or whether you're not a veteran, maybe you're a family member and you're struggling with something. Maybe you're somebody that's just struggling. A lot of teenagers, a lot of kids out there are taking their own lives. I really don't want to see that happen. So if I've got to dust off an extra metal detector and take one of you out and show you something that may save your life, but also may just give you some enjoyment, so you want to stick around and hang with us, then I'll do that. We're big about that here at Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. We believe in getting engaged, not just running your mouth like most people, politicians do that a lot, right? And so I know that we smile and we joke about that, but that's a real thing here. We can't just talk about problem solving. We need to get our butts engaged. And those of us that have fought this battle, have battled this beast of post-traumatic stress, and those of us that have learned to maybe not have totally beat it, but to have subdued it to a point to where you can survive and you can be functional, let's teach that. Because we don't just need medication. We don't just need, it's a combination of things. As I was telling a lady the other day, she says, what makes this so successful? It's a combination of things. You got to utilize the resources that are provided by the Veterans Administration, by your private physician. And then you got to find something that makes your life meaningful every day. And make sure you're getting enough rest, drinking enough water, getting enough exercise, keeping yourself healthy. Eating healthy is also a big part of that as well. So sit back and enjoy this episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. And folks, if no one's told you they cared about you today, I do. And I care about you enough to make these videos and to have done this for almost 4 years now. And I do this free on my own time. And I do this not for me, although it benefits me because it allows me to share something that's worked for me. But ultimately, I do it for all of you that are out there watching because I love my state, I love my veterans, and I love each and every one of you. So sit back and watch another episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. Okay, Digging History fans, it's digging season time. Gotta wear my glasses out here now, but Bravo is pumped up. Look at him. Bravo, look at that big stick you got. Bravo. Oh, he's not even paying attention. He's so excited, just like I am, to be back in the woods again, folks. God, it's been forever. We finally got some days out here that it's not like 90 degrees. We've had a few frosts, which has been really cool. So the bugs have calmed down. I got my orange on, got Bravo all marked up there as well, because we're getting into hunting season. Now we try to come out on Sundays when you don't generally run into hunters and stuff, but you still run into them from time to time. So you just got to always be prepped, and it's better to be visible. Got my backpack on. I can already tell, folks, I am out of shape. So this is going to be interesting to watch this transition. So here we are, the first few days in November of 2023. By the time we hit January, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Guaranteed. Guaranteed going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to get back to it pretty hot and heavy. This is the place where I fell off the cliff, by the way. So it's a little dangerous down here, and it can be more dangerous. But thank goodness I got my old buddy Bravo there. Check him out. He's got a stick that's as big as my leg. And as soon as he ran out, he was so excited. He was jumping around in the truck. Oh my goodness, Daddy, we're finally going digging in the woods. We're finally going digging in the woods. He's so excited. And the first thing he did was grab the biggest log, tree, whatever thing he could find. Oh, he's just loving it. So, me and my service dog Bravo around here for Digging History, and we're gonna find something today. You watch and see, folks. Keep watching. All right, Digging History fans. Bravo is taking us up this hill. Let's go, buddy. We're gonna snake up this hill here. It used to be an old campsite for a bunch of houses. We found some stuff up here before, mainly from the 20s, and found a couple of early 1800s seated Liberty dimes. That's always cool to find those. But we're going to hit that hillside over there, and we got about an hour and a half. Ain't that right, Bravo? So these are those healthy hobbies that keep you in shape, folks. Whew. See, this forces me to stay in shape. And I'm not as in good a shape now as I was. The heat of the summer has kept us out of the woods. It's just been too hot. Too many snakes, you know, a lot of snakes out here. We saw a lot of copperheads. Timber rattlers when you get into certain areas. Yeah, they're all here. And they're all very mad when you get close to them. So now you've got the bear. So Bravo's pretty good at sniffing those out. I forgot my pin pointer today, so it's at the house. I got 2 pin pointers and I forgot all of them. So we're going old school today.
Got my Nocta Micro Legend down here. And let's see if we can find anything. Bravo, let's go, buddy. There he is. Oh, he's gonna find a big old log now. I think that one's gonna beat you, buddy. I don't think you'll be able to get that one. You better find another one. He's mad now. All right, old buddy. Let's get out here and get to digging. Okay, folks, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on out here. So, as you can see, a lot of leaves on the ground, a lot of sticks and stuff. So what you're going to get is you're going to get a lot of ghost signals. Okay, now I've heard this place is haunted, but this is generally what gives you the ghost signals. You bump up against a little limb, and in some cases you don't see it, you know, or Bravo gets a little too close. So I'm getting a lot of really bad signals out here, okay? And that happens. You just got to have patience. We're focused on one area, and this area was known for where people back in the 1800s used to come up here and have picnics and things like that. All right, so we've got about another hour's worth of digging out here. We're gonna hit these trails and see if we can find anything. So far, I found a shotgun shell, 22 bullet. You know, imagine finding something that small out here. So I've got a good machine. It's a Nocta Micro Legend. I use that, Fisher F75. That's pretty much what I use. But I've used bounty hunters and done just as well with other machines that people thought were junk. And, you know, it's all about the operator. Okay, digging history fans, this is a quick wrap up because we were out for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We walked about 3 miles through the woods. You know, you can see Bravo, he's wore out. He's been digging and chewing on sticks most of the time. You know, I learned some valuable lessons today. Number one, you need to make sure your stuff is packed. So I didn't have a pinpointer. I did remember to bring my reading glasses because I need them to see close up. So when I'm down there looking in the hole and you don't have a pinpointer, you know, it's tough. And then of course the woods get really dark around 5 o'clock. They start getting too dark. It's time to get out. And we found some bullets, not Civil War, all modern bullets. And we found a couple of old cans, and we got all junk. No coins, no nothing today. But we have found other stuff, you know, in the previous days, and you'll see some of that in previous episodes. So November hasn't been too bad, but so far it hasn't been too good either. So the one thing that I realized, and the other thing, lesson learned, okay, bring a hat. I didn't bring a hat today, and now my hair is full of burrs. Bravo's hair is full of burrs, and we're going to be digging and picking and combing out burrs pretty much the rest of the evening.
Hey folks, I'm sure you enjoyed the footage from the field, and I know that the entry, I talked a lot about suicide and suicide prevention. I want to give you an important three numbers here right now. 988. If you know someone that's in crisis, whether they be a veteran or whether they be a person that is just struggling with some sort of a mental health issue, have them dial 988. A lot of people are struggling out there, folks. I've seen them. I deal with them. A lot of times it manifests itself in just outrage or rage. And sometimes it manifests itself in people just becoming, more in tune to just themselves, and they become kind of reclusive. Sharing that number could save a life, and I want you all to do that. We're in a difficult time here in this country where communication has fell to an all-time low. Now, we're going to not have any of that on Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. I can promise you that. What we're going to have is a civil conversation and an ability to be able to share a great hobby that has become life-saving, not just for me, but for other people. And when I say life-saving, it's not just the fact that it's something that helps me mentally and emotionally, but also helps you physically to stay moving, to stay engaged with life. That's important. You got to find something that you like to do. You can't just sit around. You got to get up and get moving. I'm reaching out to my fellow veterans, and there's families out there that love you and friends out there that care about you. You may not think that, but there are more people out here that are for you than are against you. And you need to get up and engage for not just yourself, but for them. And in Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice, we want you to know that we are here, and we've been here for over 3 years now. And we hope to stay here for as long as we can stay, so that we can continue to bring you great footage from the field and also some wonderful times and memories. Go check out some of our episodes that are on the West Virginia Library channel. Check them out. Give us a like, share, send us questions. I know a lot of this is aired on television. So here in West Virginia, I think that probably nearly every county in the state plays our television show, because I run into the people all the time. And all of you that run into me, undoubtedly always ask, where is Bravo? Where is Bravo? Where is Bravo? Well, he's not here right now, but I'm sure you got to see him in some of these clips, and you'll get to see a lot more of Bravo in the future. So anyways, without any further ado, folks, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday season. And as we go into the Christmas season, remember each other, take care of each other, talk to each other, and remember that 988 for those that are in some sort of a crisis, an emotional crisis, a drug crisis, or whatever they're dealing with. Please, I'm asking you folks, please pick up the phone and dial. If they won't do it, then you dial for them and help these people out. Everybody has value. Everybody. There's nobody out there that has zero value. I refuse to believe that. I believe that everyone has value, and I believe that all of our veterans and their families, they deserve a whole lot better treatment in some cases than they're actually getting. But understand that we don't dwell on the bad. We focus on the future. We focus on the positive, and we need all of us pulling together for each other. So again, it's nice having you here on Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice, and we will catch you next month with even more amazing episodes. And yes, Bravo, and yes, probably Miss Cookie will be on there as well. So all of you kids and all you folks that love watching the Shepherds, don't worry, they are still around and very healthy and eating me out of house and home. So please share and like my videos. All right, folks, have a great day and happy hunting.